Message.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
And then this is part of our redevelopment also.
What do you mean? You say redevelopment meaning
You mean
what?
the removal of Negroes.
Yes, that's what I thought you meant.
In other words, a lot of the Negroes who came because the Japanese were pushed out now are being pushed out themselves.
Pushed out themselves.
That's right.
In effect, San Francisco is reclaiming this
That's right.
this property
That's right.
to build it up, which means Negroes have to go.
That's right. And
Where are they going to go?
well, they're going out to Hunters Point and to the Haight-Ashbury area and also into Ocean View, and wherever they can find reasonable rents.
Yeah.
South of Market and all these other places, wherever they can find cheap rent. In other words,
Well, not only...
going from one ghetto to the other.
Yes. This is the Negro housing project, in effect.
Yes, well, there's a few Caucasians staying here, you know.
Uh-huh. Well, I know a lot about housing projects in New York, but I'm sure this doesn't differ at all.
No, housed there, some of the same problems, although the building, the exterior looks...
Well, the exterior looks marvelous. It's the whole point.
Yes.
You know. But I know what goes on inside. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure that in the housing project, I know the housing projects in New York, the kids despise them, you know. Better housing in the ghetto is simply not possible. You can build a few better plants, but you cannot do anything about the moral and psychological effects of being in the ghetto.
Yes, that's it.
This is the point. Everybody living in those housing projects is just as endangered as ever before by all the things that a ghetto means. If I were raising a kid in one of those housing projects, I would still have at the front door, or probably right next door in the housing project, all the things that I was trying to escape. And I mean even from such things as dealing with insurance companies if I want fire insurance. You know, to the fact that in the playground, my boy and my girl will be exposed to the man who sells narcotics, for example, to a million forces which are inevitably set in motion when the people are despised. And you can't pretend that you're not despised if you are. You were saying yesterday that children can't be fooled. Well, I could be fooled, you know, and be glad about, you know, having a three-room, whatever it is, you know, smash mataz, terrace overlooking a garage. But my kid won't be. It's my kids that are being destroyed by this fantastic hypocrisy.
Now, this is the ILW housing project, which will be interracial. The people who are renting it now, 70% are Caucasian, 30% Negro. Then above that will be the Eichler homes and so forth. Eichler has always let Negroes buy if they had the money, although their apartments, their houses cost, say, from $22,000 up to $32,000.
Yeah.
So naturally, this automatically eliminates a lot of people.
I conclude that all this has something to do with money. The land has been reclaimed for money, and that the people who are putting up the houses expect to make a profit. Well, it seems to me, I'm not attacking what's called a profit motive. There are some things more important than profits. I know that New York City has been turned into a desert, really, for the same reason. And it's happening in San Francisco now. It's as though the society made the assumption, and certainly acts on the assumption, that to make money is more important than to have citizens. You're paying too high a price for this. Because this is only what it's doing to Negro children, which is, God knows, bad enough. It's what it does to white children, who grow up believing that it is more important to make a profit than it is to be a man. And that's the way that society really operates. I don't care what society says. This is what it operates, and these are the goals it sets. And these goals aren't worthy of a man. And adolescents know it.
Oh, are you working now, David?
No, I'm not.
Well, what has been some of your problems that you face as a Negro in San Francisco?
Well, my main problem is finding a job. Yesterday I talked to a guy, a white fellow that worked at a filling station. He been out of service 2 months and he got 2 jobs. I've been here 8 years and I worked about 3 steady jobs. And I look every day. Just like he said, he started out, he looked maybe once or twice a day, and he worked at a filling station and worked longshoreman work. And he told me from his own mouth who was on top. He didn't come out and say it just like I'm going to say it, but he come out and told me that you got to know somebody in San Francisco to get somewhere. And by knowing somebody, it's got to be somebody with authority. And nobody in San Francisco, no colored man, got no authority.
And I mean, there are no Negro leaders in San Francisco that you feel have any
there are
with
a few.
them?
There are a few.
Do you know any?
No, I don't know any. But the ones that get up there, they don't want to help nobody.
You know no one has ever helped you?
No, nobody with authority. Besides my parole officer.
Well, even the least damaged of those kids would have to put it as mildly as it can be put at the moment. Would have to be a little sardonic about the things he sees on television, what the president says, and all those movies about being a good American, and all that jazz. And he look at this, look over there, and look up here, and he would despise the people, who are able to have such a tremendous gap between their performance and their profession. But the more damaged kids simply feel like blowing it up. Speaking only for myself, I feel a little sardonic. I'm civilized, I think. But there's a time in my life when I would have felt just like blowing it up.